8 miles per hour. And, mouse coasters are known for taking tight turns and producing high lateral G-forces. The ride lasts 1:50 and can feel very chaotic for, such a simple design. Flying Ace Aerial Chase is another coaster in the Planet Snoopy area, and this is probably the one for bigger kids. It's a steel suspended family coaster that was built by Vekoma and opened in 2003. It was originally called Rugrats Runaway Reptar. It's 1:30 long and hits a top speed of 26 miles per hour. Coaster fans will probably grimace when they hear the name Vekoma, and this one is particularly painful, especially if you're over 5'8" or so. Those over-the-shoulder restraints are killer. You might want to let the kids go on this one by themselves. Nighthawk is in the Carowinds Plaza section and was added to Carowinds in 2004. And sadly, sometimes it's one of the first coasters that people hit because it's right in front of them. It's known as a Vekoma Flying Dutchman, and Carowinds is not its first park or its first name. It premiered at California Great America in 2000, and it was the world's first flying coaster, and at that time it was called Stealth. In 2004, it was relocated to Carowinds and themed to Star Trek and called the Borg Assimilator. In 2008, it was renamed Nighthawk and given a new paint scheme. It's a 1:52 ride, and to me, it really isn't worth the wait. You do experience it as a flying coaster, but the load and unload time with a single station is unbearable. It can be almost 5 minutes between dispatch times between trains. It's very shaky, very bumpy, needs a lot of maintenance right now, and it just takes way too long to load and unload. Carolina Cobra is located in the RFD section of the park. It opened in 2009, and it's a Vekoma shuttle coaster, also called a boomerang. Like Nighthawk, it has an extremely slow load time and a fairly painful experience, even though it has the newer the over-the-shoulder restraints that are more comfortable. Carolina Cobra originally opened at Geauga Lake in 1996 as the Mind Eraser. It was renamed Headspin in 2004 before being moved to Carowinds. Intimidator opened in 2010, and this is another B&M or Bollinger Mabillard hypercoaster. The term hypercoaster means that it reaches over 200 feet. It hits a top speed of 75 miles per hour and offers an extremely satisfying 3 and 33 seconds of ride time. Intimidator is known for its air time. It has 8 drops, 7 camelback hills, and a diving spiral. It's not to be confused with Intimidator 305 at King's Dominion, which offers a vastly different experience. And this might be my favorite coaster in the park. It sort of switches and depends on how I'm feeling that day and what I want to ride. But I definitely recommend Intimidator. It is one of my favorite coasters in the world. So opening in 2015 was Fury 325, and it was part of a $50 million expansion for Carowinds that included new toll booths, new parking area, and a wonderful new entrance to the park. When it debuted, it was the world's tallest Giga coaster at 325 feet and the 5th tallest coaster overall. Giga coasters go over 300 feet. It hits 95 miles per hour, over 6,000 feet of track, and has 3 minutes and 25 seconds worth of ride. Fury is power and speed. It's also a great centerpiece since the main entrance passes through Fury's track. So you get to see the cars coming and going, and it's a wonderful way to get you excited about your day at Carowinds. Thank you so much for joining me as we talked about the 13 roller coasters of Carowinds. Some are okay, some are kind of painful, and a few of them are quite amazing. But I'd like to know, what's your favorite roller coaster at Carowinds? Do you have one that's a not miss every time you go? Do you have one that you recommend? Or do you have some special stories? I'd love